Gary and Arlene Galinos love traveling to new places. They also get excited about giving.
The joy of giving is a feeling that you can't express properly, I think. It's just fantastic.
Arlene learned about giving before they met and wasn't sure she could afford to tithe, even though she believed she should.
I was just scared to be obedient. So I kind of made a deal with God. And I asked him if I could work up to the tithe slowly. And so the first month I gave 1% of my gross income, and the second month 2%, and 3% the third month, and on until I got to 10%. And each month it was just like, this is cool. I mean, I'm able to pay my bills and I'm still giving something away. It was just, this works.
When Arlene married Gary 10 years later, tithing had become a habit for her. But for Gary, it was quite an adjustment.
When I went to church with her and I first saw her write out a check, I was aghast. I came to the realization, though, that it's all God's to begin with.
Then Gary retired early from his job as a postal worker. Since they were now on a fixed income, Arlene began to have some doubts about the future and thought maybe they should cut back on their giving.
We went through some of the funds that we had in savings, and that made me very nervous.
Arlene didn't mention her money concerns to Gary, and the couple continued to give to their church and to CBN.
It's like, Lord, you know, if you want them to work, then you're going to have to provide.
Meanwhile, Gary started a new career in security.
To top it off, it was a job that was only down the street. I got beautiful hours, weekends off, which I've never had in all my time of 40 years working. So I'm blessed.
Within 3 months, Gary was promoted to supervisor and given a raise.
God just opened up the doors that this job is just almost ideal for my situation.
I just saw it as an answer to my prayer. You know, I really did. And he provided so perfectly. I mean, so perfectly.
These days, Gary and Arlene are financially secure and get to travel and enjoy life. The key to that security, they say, is giving.
I believe that you can't outgive God. If people would just trust, if people would just realize that it's not that difficult to do.
When you tithe, when you take that step of faith and you say, okay, because you say so, I'm going to do this. When you start and you see how good it is and how creative God can be, life gets exciting.